Good morning, happy Wednesday, happy hump day. There was, when I turned on the video, there was a song that came on, and it was a cover by Lily Fitz. It was Cold by Lily Fitz. It's a Dylan Gossett, I believe, cover. Never heard it before, but the lyrics that were playing, and there's a huge, I don't know if you can hear the airplane right now. I've seen the lyrics that were playing that stood out. I've seen heaven without dying, met the devil without trying, and they both seem to both want to talk to me. And then another lyric, they say pressure makes diamonds, how the hell am I coal? And I was just thinking about the whole like ascension journey, the awakening process and stuff, and how like it's really big in the spiritual community right now. There's a lot of people that are like, I just heard spiritual fluff, providing a lot of spiritual fluff in terms of like glamorizing and just a lot of glamorizing certain experiences and the journey. And the truth of the matter is, Ascension 1, 2, 3 on the clock. Ascension is not for the weak. It's not an easy process. And I remember myself, like when I first awakened in, 2015, when I first like had this like, okay, life isn't what it is. Like I'm here for a bigger purpose. Like my awakening journey started when I tried to take my own life. And there was that moment where it's like, I can't keep going. Like the life that I was living was not in alignment with me. I was under so much pressure. It was too much. And yeah, I had gone through a lot. I had dealt with, my kid's dad, is an alcoholic, and he was making some fucked up choices in life, and like that made it so that there was a lot of pressure on me to be that parent. And there's still a lot of, I still take on a lot of responsibilities. So I'm still trying to process that, and like it's not just like so easy breezy. Like it's been a fucking journey. It's been a process. And so when people like try to sell you this idea, like you can just do this spell and everything is grand and great, and like you can just undo years of turmoil, years of trauma, just like that. And like, if you're not ready, like your mind can say you're ready, but there's parts of you that still have to process other things. Like it's like the onion. There's layers to certain things that you experience. There are layers to it. And so you can't just like quickly go through it because you're bypassing certain things that you have to experience. Like there's a process of like integration. You could become aware of certain things, but then you have to integrate the lessons. You have to understand that it's not just like, okay, great, you can have all these downloads, you can get all this wonderful information, but then it takes time for your life to kind of like adjust to that, and for you to like create new habits or like do new things so that you can welcome in and align yourself to the things that you have received. But it's not always that simple. And also understanding that sometimes whatever you're wanting or the thing that you're desiring, there may be other factors, there may be other people that have to align to this, and like spirit is working behind the scenes, and there's other things that go on, and it's not just like instantaneous. Because honestly, if it was if we receive things instantaneously, there might be things that you would manifest that you'd be like, oh my God, no, oops. So there's like a buffer period, right? But again, it's just like this glorifying, like there's a lot of people that are like seeing the heaven side of life, right? But they haven't gone into the depths yet. And I mean like into the depths. like you have to dance with the devil. You have to make friends with your shadow side. There are certain things where like, yeah, you're in this like heaven, beautiful, like blissful period. And like, I just remember like everything is great and everything is magical and whatever. And then there's realities when like certain things start to get like stripped away from your life. And like your life starts to get deconstructed as you realize like, wait, the life that I've been living is not in alignment with who I am. But that means you also now have to, if you want a change, you have to now get rid of certain things or remove certain things from your life before you can actually step into the life that you are actually wanting to welcome in. And that's not always a fast process. It's not always an easy process. It's not always a comfortable process. And you can make it all like, you can dress it up, you can make it fancy, all you fucking want. But there's certain things that you go through that is not going to be fucking pretty. And so, yeah, you can have this beautiful aesthetic and you can present yourself one way in front of the world. But the reality is there's like, you know, a process to it. There's certain things that you have to unlearn and then reintroduce the things that you now know to be then you change like how you start to move. But again, like I said, it's not always easy. And it's like, if you do this course, if you do this spell, if you do this, then it's just fixed. And that's not how it fucking works. And especially you add other factors in. Like for me, myself, like I am a single parent. And like, when you add children into the mix and other things into the mix, it's not always like so easy to just like remove yourself from certain situations, or to just like, it's just not always so simple. It's not so simplistic as, you know, certain people would like to make it be. That it's just it's an oversimplified version of like how you're healing. And it's like, no, you can slap a Band-Aid on and like, oh, it's healing, but you don't know what's festering underneath. Or sometimes it looks like from the outside, like sometimes when people have big wounds, right? Even like in real life, when you have big wounds, you worry about it. Like, especially people who are a little bit more compromised, you worry about those big wounds not healing properly, not healing from the inside out. Sometimes they'll start to heal from the outside in. And then that's where there's a problem. And then sometimes you actually have to go in and have to have, like, there's special machines that go in and actually like help to heal the wound. But it's like a process. It's a gradual process, and it's not easy, especially when it's like a big space, a big wound, a big something that now is open and is seen, but it needs to be healed properly. And so when your life hasn't like accelerated to the rate that you think it should, understand that sometimes the slower the process, it's like you're really doing the healing work. You're not rushing through it just to be done with it. There's certain things that like you start to heal something and something else comes up, and then you heal something else. Like it's layered, it's complex, it's not so simplified. I again remember going through like the depths of fucking hell by myself, because there were certain people that were stripped from my life. There were certain things that were stripped. There was a lot of things that were stripped from my life. There were certain things that, again, if you want to live in an abundant way, you're going to have to be stripped so that you can live in, like, you have to have the contrast. Like, if you're going to be wealthy, you're going to have to be grounding in that change. You have to go through the depths of it, the depths of lack, so that you can go through and have an abundance of wealth and prosperity, right? Like, you've seen what it's like at the bottom, so you're making a difference at the top. But yeah, love ya.